So you need to have an IT department, or if you are an IT department, you need to be enabling, not crippling. And this is difficult to say. I met with a team from a private wealth management bank in the subsector of banking, in the private wealth management. I never was in such a bank before, but I can tell you it was a very nice place. They had chandeliers in the office. It was very nice. So we had the meeting there set up with the business managers. Sales team were there. Very nice meeting room. And the purpose of the meeting was to discuss new mobile needs or business needs for mobile solutions, both internal and external for the bank. We sat down in the meeting room and the manager turned to us and said, "You need to wait a little. We are waiting for 5 more people." And I said, "Fine, sure, let's wait. Everyone needs to be here." So we waited a few minutes, and then into the room came 5 elder gentlemen. They didn't look very happy. They sat down in the back of the room and looked almost very hostile. It was the IT department. Almost, "Good morning, we're out from the server." I'm kidding. They sat in the back of the room and it felt hostile. Business manager started the meeting by saying, "We would like to be able to manage our customers' portfolios using our iPads. We would like to enable our customers to manage their portfolios with their iPads. But IT says it's not possible because it's not secure. Can you help us?" That was the start of the meeting. They were angry. They needed help. That was a very interesting start of the meeting. The meeting was about 2 things: to identify the real business drivers. What's the business value? What's the business case? And let the business articulate this for the IT department. And then let the IT department explain to business what the IT security regulations are and the policies needed to make this secure. Because the bank lives by its security. No one wants to have an insecure bank. I don't. So IT is measured on much around the security aspects. However, IT can no longer use security as an uneducated way to say no to businesses, because there are ways to make solutions secure today. And IT departments need to learn about these new tools and mechanisms and services that are in place. So enable, not cripple. 3 things that I think that from an internal IT perspective is important. We've already heard it once: bring your own device policies. Define an open and dynamic and flexible bring your own or choose your own device. I think be smart about it. Segment the different types of devices into different usage groups and define for the user what level of support they can expect depending on what device they want to use. And make the risk management mutual, so we communicate about the risks involved and so everyone knows. So, service-oriented architecture. Most of you in the IT business knows about this. We've come to work with customers who already did their homework on architecture. They already implemented service-oriented architecture. Modularity in the back end means that mobile solutions today are much quicker to build and implement and develop and deploy. So if you haven't already, you should start now building your service-oriented architectures. And finally, identify best practices in design patterns. And design patterns, I mean 2 things. Design patterns is user experience, user interface. guidelines. If the mobile solution, if the app doesn't look good, the user is not going to use it. That's what we learned now the past few years in mobility. But design patterns also means coding guidelines. So in Society, we have created a framework of code that we call architecture. Architecture we maintain and we deploy in all our app projects because it contains best practices in the coding when we start up the projects. And if you haven't found such a framework yet, do find it, look for it, or create it, or contact us and we will deploy it for you. So design patterns is really important in acceleration. So